Man, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy B.
It's your boy Fisher Go Getter.
It's Q.
Man, it's the Blueprint Table Podcast. We here all the way in the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington, man, downtown. It's a beautiful, beautiful night, and we got a lot to talk about. But first, let's do a little check-in, man. And how y'all fellas doing?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. I'm a little cold out here, but I'm blessed to be here. I'm excited to record this episode, man. How about yourself? How you doing, Q?
I'm doing good, man. We had a long day of work today, but we right back at it. What time is it right now? We got what is the time?
About 7:30.
Grinding at
7:30 on the dot.
Yeah.
Grinding.
Yeah, you already know. And same here. Same here. It's a long day. But you know, we got to get together for these empowering conversations, man. Because on the Blueprint Table podcast, we have empowering, impactful conversations about economics, about business, you know, and about life. So you got to make sure that you prioritize things like this. It's a beautiful night. It is a little chilly, but if you've been tapping in with us for the last few weeks, you know we don't really care about the elements like that. You get what I'm saying? We done filmed in the rain. We done filmed on rooftops. We done filmed in basements.
We might film in the snow next time.
Might film in the snow, man. You already know what time to go. So first, man, we gonna jump into some business. There's a lot been happening just in the world. There's a lot been happening in the world, man.
For sure.
First, let's talk about AI, man. We love to talk about AI on this channel because it's just becoming such a just a integral part of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From work to entertainment to infrastructure. It seems like AI is coming around, and I want to talk about Sora 2 AI put out by OpenAI, man. What do y'all think about it?
I want Q to go first, man, because you do a lot with the camera. You do a lot with creating stuff like that, man. So let me know how you feel about it and how you plan on using it.
And actually, before we get your perspective, could we just say for the viewers, Sora is a text to video app that OpenAI put out, where basically you input your text, kind of like in ChatGPT, and you get out videos, kind of similar to the VO AI that Google put out. So yeah, let's hear your perspective on it.
Yeah, with Sora 3, the launch of Sora 3, man, it just came out. I think it's good in the sense of, I guess, if you want to, make some ads for your business and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But other than that, you can also make a channel on TikTok and, basically generate content. But I think it's pretty scary right now, man. The content is looking pretty real. Like you seen the MLK ones, the JFK ones.
Yeah.
They had MLK in the 7-Eleven running talking about something. This Slurpee line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo,
Yeah, it's weird.
it's getting crazy.
It's getting crazy.
Well,
And then,
let's talk about the positives first, and then we'll talk about the negatives and wrap it up. Because I think that's because it's good. So he
Something-
said something positive, so say something positive too.
something I think was positive. I was about to touch on the fact that when it comes down to marketing and how realistic it looks, we could take our faces, and now it's easier for us to create content around marketing and market to such whatever product and get creative with it, right? I got a couple friends who's getting creative with using Sora, and they're marketing their product and marketing their community while putting their face on a police officer and pulling over somebody. And I don't have any examples off the top of my head, but there's so many different ideas that you can create engagement with it. So that's a positive.
But I think they I was using it the other day, and they basically said you can't use human faces out there.
What?
But no, you can
right?
you can submit your own face into it actually.
For
And
real.
there's a bunch of people who have already submitted their own face, like
so it
Mark
has to be-
Cuban.
So it has to be consent.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. So you can't just use any random, but they found out how to do it. You know, obviously with using
Yeah.
other people, but because my boy he had showed me a video he made because Mark Cuban submitted his face and he turned Mark Cuban into a big old like Godzilla monster.
Yeah,
right.
And he was like, walking through the city and tearing the buildings down. And so it's dope. So some people could use it, just for fun and just for giggles.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something positive too and tapping into what you said. We definitely are getting to a space where it's almost going to be like our AI agent, right? Where you upload your face onto it and we can make creative commercials that look photorealistic. It is good enough to where you can put an entire script in it. If you put the whole script, it's going to say it exactly how you want it to say.
Yeah.
From tone to word to you could set the entire thing up. I feel like if you use it like that, then 100%, and just like you said, you could make a whole faceless content YouTube or TikTok or whatever the case, and you could have, you know, full-fledged content that's made straight up by AI. I think that that's cool too, and people have been talking about it for a long time, like
Yeah.
AI content. I don't know when y'all seen when the VO3 came out, the
Yeah, I seen that.
ASMR like fruit
Yeah.
videos. Have y'all been seeing those?
Yeah.
And they cutting the fruit and everything. So, you know, I think there's some positives. But now let's talk about the negatives, because there's some weird stuff going on, y'all.
Yeah.
You want to
So
start, or yeah,
yeah,
you can
I'll
start with it.
start. I'll start with one of the negatives. So we already got, you know, one of the negatives right now that we see on social media every day of getting tricked by AI. I
Mm.
think for me, recently, I think yesterday I had seen I think it was like a police shooting, like a police POV,
Oh
but
shoot.
the
Okay.
police POV was actually AI.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it got me. It really. I ain't, and I'm on social media,
Yeah.
so like I can tell the difference between AI. But that was like the first time I realized that it got me. But that's like one of the negatives about it.
Respect. You see a
I
negative?
don't got a negative right now off the top of my head. What you got, B?
Respect. I see a negative that's happening right now because you know, Q had already touched on it. When you taking like dead people, you know, like MLK, I done seen Tupac, I done seen Kobe. They had Kobe like acting like he was on a stream playing 2K. You know what I mean? And you think that these things are funny. There was one of the late great Robin Williams, you know, great comedian and actor, and his daughter actually put out like, yo, stop making videos of my dead father. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, people are taking these, you know, celebrities that are passed away, but like, how would you feel if, you know, a dead relative of yours, they just had him
That's
doing
scary.
some silly stuff? You get what I mean? That
Yeah.
don't even represent him. Martin Luther King's daughter as well. You know, the great Martin Luther King, you know, civil rights leader, doing stupid stuff, like you said. You know what I mean? They got him with grills in his mouth. They was already doing that with the pictures.
Yeah.
Bro.
You know,
A lot.
but they got
Yeah.
him now doing stupid stuff on video. So I think that's a negative, to be honest. I think a potential negative as well is exactly what you said: creating fake events and throwing them out, and the AI is getting so good that you cannot decipher whether it's real or fake. Because, you know, people are already kind of slow, respectfully.
I mean, and you can say like, could it like incite like a civil war versus somebody?
Oh,
You think?
100%. I mean, in the wrong hands, you don't think so?
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Or so, can you think about any potential negatives?
No, I got one. I was while you
Yeah.
guys was talking, I had already thought of mine.
Yep.
So that dead internet theory. So the concept behind the fact that, you know, if there's so much AI is going on that the humans on the internet is kind of gonna go extinct, right? So what I
Yep.
mean by that is the fact that an example that I have in mind is, you know, people could use this, upload their AI to Sora and use this AI to create different versions of themselves that aren't even real, causing them to not actually go out and actually achieve things for themselves or go out and build themselves the way that, you know, we're supposed to. So with the dead internet, I just think that it could possibly get us closer to dehumanizing the internet and using it what it's supposed to be for social media, and there's going to be a whole bot world, and even humans could take advantage of this Sora and start uploading their images and making AI versions of themselves to make themselves feel better the same way we use filters. So that's what I just thought about off the top of my head.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. I think we could actually stay on this topic just for a little bit longer because,
Yeah.
you know, I agree. And now I want to spin it and give another perspective. Like, I think it's going to make being human and being real like so much more valuable in the
Yep.
future. You get what I'm saying? Because when you're in a world where you can't even determine what's real and fake no more, when you're able to prove to people that you are genuine and you are who you are, you know, I think that'll be a benefit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? Also, this made me think about. Okay, authenticity. Now, a lot of streamers have been coming out, and streaming has been a good thing or a heavy thing that's been going out lately because of the authenticity. You can just see somebody and just have them sit there. But I just thought about how Gary V talks about the streaming. I forgot what it's called, but like streaming shopping.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, live shopping.
Live shopping.
Yeah, it's coming
right?
around. It's
so
coming
now,
around.
then, you know, in China, they got you could upload your face and then have the person sit there, and it's not you, and it's sitting there for hours, and they made like 53 million in like 18 hours, whatever the case may
Yep,
be.
selling products.
Selling
Yeah.
products.
Yep.
So dang, I forgot how we got there. I
Sorry.
forgot how we got there, but I just wanted to bring
Yeah.
that up because we're on the
Well,
line.
yeah, we're throwing out negatives and positives.
Yeah.
And I think kind of how we're framing this conversation now is like what it really looks like in the future, because it's brand new. But as y'all are seeing, like this AI stuff is advancing so quick. Like I remember like 2-3 years ago when ChatGPT dropped, it was remarkable that you could get a shopping list from AI. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was remarkable it could write out an email for you.
For
And
sure.
now it's like, bro, you
It's-
can text to video and it's like almost photorealistic.
Bro, it's super realistic, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy how realistic it looks. And then when it AI being something that's integrated into our worlds, man, Walmart just shut down a lot of their locations because they're trying to implement AI robots, right?
Oh.
And then they just partnered, literally, I think it was today or maybe yesterday, they just partnered, announced their partnership with ChatGPT, OpenAI.
Wow.
So now you know how. So I forgot their AI is going to be called Sparky using ChatGPT, I think. And then
Like powered by
OpenAI.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah,
they're competing with Amazon now because Amazon has their ChatGPT Rufus, or not their ChatGPT, but their AI Rufus. So you know, OpenAI and just AI in general is moving quick. Just to validate what you said, man. Just going into Walmart, Walmart's integrating it. So
Yeah, you got more on that, bro?
No, it just seemed like OpenAI is starting to become, I guess, like, like the new point of sale, but instead of the new point of sale, it's like it is the worker, like it is the mind, it's everything of the store. So
Yeah.
now they don't have to rely on getting certain employees and stuff. So yeah, the world's changing. It's going fast.
It's changing quick. It's changing quick.
right in front of our eyes. It's crazy to see all the things that we used to talk about and say, "Oh, this is possible?
Facts.
If it's possible, it's happening right in front of us." I mean, you could even with Sora. Let's think about movies. I mean,
Bro,
movies. We can look
Yeah.
at a movie now. We can sit there. I'm sure it will be soon where we watch a whole AI movie and it won't be a real human because it
Well,
shit looks that real.
I want to throw out Black Mirror. Y'all watch Black Mirror?
I
at
love
all?
Black Mirror. I'm not gonna lie.
They had that episode with Selma Hayek. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where they were using her likeness to do crazy stuff. You get what I mean? And
we living in Black Mirror, bro.
Yeah.
yo, that's actually true.
We real life
Yeah.
living in Black
Yeah.
Mirror. It's hard. Like you said, like, bro, eventually we will not be able to tell what's real and what's fake. But that also gives a chance out there for other platforms to create something that is real.
Mm-hmm.
And will it ban it?
I mean, I think there's probably gonna be a divide of people who like, it's crazy that that's gonna be a selling point, but it's like, real human made products. You know what I'm saying? Real human made services. You get what I'm saying? And people literally be able to brand themselves like, hey, listen, we don't use no AI. And almost like people who do like farm to table with the farmers market. You know what I mean? No preservatives. You know what I mean? It'd be no AI.
Basically, right there,
You know
bro.
what I mean?
That's crazy.
You
hit that on the
Yeah,
mark.
yeah.
No,
So
for
it would be
real.
that.
Like I see us going backwards. Like, I see us moving. Like we're moving so much forward to the point where it's just gonna cause us to want to just set this stuff down, man. Like even with like using the phone and social media today, we're detoxing our mind. Like that's a normal thing for people to. Nah, I want to use social media a bit less and be more intentional with it. So
Yeah.
this internet, and it's getting so strong to the point where like you said, we gonna retrace back to old habits.
Correct. And it's already happening, actually. I just saw something on the news where they have restaurants opening up where they collect your phone and put it into a thing. And I'm serious. And music venues and comedians and stuff are doing it where you got to put your phone into a bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Matter
just
of fact,
actually have human connection. It's crazy because I feel like human connection has already been a little bit like muddied the water a little bit. But yeah, I think there's going to be a more distinct. And then I also hope that, as far as legislation is concerned, I know we don't really talk about law and stuff here, but something's going to have to happen, man, on a big scale. There has to be. I hope that there are some federal laws that are going to have to come out to be able to help, because it's already the Wild Wild West. And when somebody really figures out like that $1 billion button or that crazy loophole with AI, I think it's going to, I don't know, it's going to blow the roof off the economy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I just had a question that just bumped into my head that I'm gonna ask to both of you guys. So say somebody offered you a certain amount of money to use your face and your likeness, right?
Like however they want.
However, let's say it's for another podcast, right?
Okay.
You wouldn't have to be there. We want to use it for AI, right? And we're gonna pay you a certain amount of money a month or whatever case may be. But we're using your likeness for whatever that podcast. How do you guys feel about that? How much money, or is there a certain amount of money?
So I'm gonna be a little real. I'm gonna say no, because like it becomes a certain point in time like you really don't even want to be out there on social media.
Yeah.
But if somebody basically, that's almost the saying if like when some of these people in the music industry they got rights over their music or them releasing music, technically it's like the same thing.
Yeah,
They
it
got
is.
rights
It
over your
literally
face
is.
and
Yeah.
they can make you do something cringe. And you like what's
Yeah.
that? That ain't me.
Yeah.
So it's like for longevity, I don't really think that's like something good. I mean, you can make some money if it's all about the money for you, but you know, I'd rather have like, you know, ownership of what's mine, what I was born with.
Me too. I'm gonna say that I would like to be in control of my own likeness because I already have my own messaging. Now, you know, just to be devil's advocate, just because I like to hear to put out different perspectives. If we put in the contracting that it has to be within these certain stipulations, and they was okay with it, and it was for money, depending on what it was, I might entertain letting somebody use my likeness.
I hear that. For
You
sure.
get what I'm saying?
No,
Because
like,
my thing, if they were like, "Hey, listen, man, like you know, I'm on the overweight side," and they were like, "Hey, man, you know, Brandon, we really need you for this brand, and da 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 da, but man, we need like a more chisel version of you, man.
Yeah.
Man, put some six pack on me, man. I ain't gonna lie, put a six pack on me. And if we talking about the
I
same
hear-
thing, you get what I mean?
hear
And no, I'm
that.
just
Nah, I hear that.
But
No,
you-
if it fits, if
put a
it
six pack
fits,
on- if
you
it
know.
fits, if it fits. But you know, that's like never in perpetuity though. I would never let somebody have my likeness forever. You get what I'm saying?
right.
It would only be for a certain time.
Contracts.
And that, you know, that
That's why
got
you need a
me.
lawyer.
That got me thinking about celebrities, man, because you know, they're the guys, they're the people who kind of are like that kind of have to deal with that. You know, you're gonna see those contracts where it's like, hey, they're gonna get that offer. You're gonna
Facts.
let me use your face, and they're gonna sit there and say, hey, am I gonna be this money hungry and accept this, or am I gonna take the choice and say, I don't want you to use my own likeness? You know, so that's we're going into a different type of world, man.
Is there a platform out there right now that you can buy your own likeness?
I don't know. Probably. You know, we live in a weird world, bro. We gonna have to look that up because you're right. And then going back to like reviving dead actors and stuff like that.
That's
I bet you they gonna go to the
crazy.
family of like Marilyn
That's
Monroe.
a Craig.
You get
Q's
me?
crazy for asking
Yep.
that, because just to, like, you know, if a platform did have that available, right, we'll pay you to use your likeness, and we will make you could become this greatest celebrity, but it's not you, it's your AI, and they can make money. They can create you to be whoever you are using this face, and they can make money off you the same way labels do with music.
Yeah, and you just get a percentage.
You
of
get
that
a
joint.
percentage.
I'm sure it's probably
This is
already
crazy.
happening.
I
It's
never
probably-
thought about it until Q asked that, bro.
You don't in the music industry, they have already developed AI artists. You know what I mean? The first AI artist just got signed for like a $3 million deal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And here's the catch. There was a woman who is actually writing all the lyrics, and she's like a poet, but she can't sing.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So they created the AI artist with the imagery and everything with an AI voice, but it's her music. Does that make
so
sense?
It's like another Quentin for you know.
Right, it's like a ghostwriter, but but the artist is fake.
To you guys, is that opportunity, or do you think that's kind of hindering the music industry?
Oh, it's hindering in my opinion for sure. Yeah.
I mean, they also just banned I think it was actors in California.
Mhm.
The AI actors.
Wow.
It just got banned. Don't quote me on it, but do your research.
Yeah, I'm gonna do but
all this do your
I can see it
research.
happening though, but that still mirrors the same thing we were saying. It's like the regulation behind it and like the legitimacy of your humanness is going to become valuable. You know what I mean? Very, very soon.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the AI is probably going to go on a run and run it up. But if we're able to get through that first wave, I think that the humanness is going to come back.
And still on this topic of AI, man, I think we can move now to what was that ChatGPT dating stuff we was talking about earlier?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So
hey, Brandon, B got the name for you real quick, man.
So our next segment that we're gonna talk about, staying on AI, but the next segment, man, is Freak GPT, man. I'm calling it Freak GPT. So it just came out that OpenAI CEO just came out and said that they are developing an AI that will have erotic conversations with you.
Mm-hmm.
Just off of that alone, bro, I gotta hear some first feedback, first response, bro. Like, what in the world is going on?
It just makes it easier for our world to just sit inside and feel like they are creating connection. Like, I mean, ChatGPT alone, the way it is right now, is enough. You can already manipulate it and talk to it in a way where it could give you that sense of connection. But you're talking about a ChatGPT who's like made to give you affection in love or whatever the case may be. I mean,
And lust.
in lust. That's the crazy part, dude. In lust, it just get outside. Go ahead.
Man,
It's just
I
crazy.
I will say,
Freak
you
GPT.
know, them making what do you call it, the freak GPT. I mean, there's already a decline in, I guess, like, reproduction when people having kids and stuff right now.
Mhm.
So our society is already becoming more of a bubble. You know, less people are getting married. You know, less people are, staying together. You know, most people just use AI just to get by the day. They don't even have a human connection with people. You know, you don't have to go out if somebody don't pick up the phone. Oh, let me go chat GPT this real quick or whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's getting kind of scary because now it's like, I mean, what's gonna happen to the people, who are using it and who aren't?
Mm.
You know, where like
Yeah.
where's the mass majority gonna go to? Are we gonna see more people out here with, is everybody gonna have kids?
Yeah.
Who's the last generation?
And people got AI girlfriends.
Hey,
and,
man.
yeah.
That's the surface level, and it's getting you ready for the real product of having that tangible physical
AI robot girlfriend.
robot girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, so now man, yeah. What you feel like, B? Let us know.
You know what? I'm gonna hit y'all with this, man. I'm gonna keep it economic. I'm gonna try to keep it professional, if possible. It's the oldest pastime. It's the oldest, man. Sex sells. You get what I'm saying?
That's a
Mhm.
And I think that this is legitimately like another iteration of sex sells. You
Yeah.
get what I mean? All throughout history, people would pay for freakiness.
Yeah.
Back in the
no.
day, before anything, prostitution was one of the oldest ways to make money. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Then once media started coming around, people started making freaky paintings and freaky videos when video came around. You get what I
Mhm.
mean? And freaky movies. And then when the internet came around, freaky websites came around. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time for AI to have a freaky AI. And then when you mix the AI with virtual reality, when Web3 becomes a thing, now you're going to have a whole freaky world. You get what I'm saying? Where you can
Mhm.
create your own freaky world. You get what I'm saying? In your
Yeah.
virtual reality mask.
Man,
So
a lot of people nowadays, everybody gonna need God. You know, I'll say that right now, man. Get close to your Bible. Get close to the Most Up High. Because it's getting darker, but stay towards the light.
I agree.
I agree. I was just saying to these guys before we even got on camera, like, for the people who have their grandparents in their life, I'm talking about them old grandparents. You get what I'm saying? When they say, hey, this is the devil and you got to watch it, you get what I'm saying? I feel like that's one of them times, you know what I mean? For real. Cause we're getting into a space where fake is coming around and fake is starting to get realer than real, if that makes sense.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
The fake is the new real.
And so I want to ask a couple more questions on this topic, then we'll move to something more pertinent.
Mhm.
Can consent exist with an AI? And what about simulated non-consensual scenarios? So
Can you explain that?
when I say
Yeah,
consent,
yeah.
consent is when somebody allows you to do something.
Mhm.
But now we're getting into the political weirdness of if you make your AI do something weird or you get what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
where's the legalities and morality around that? You get what I'm saying? So how can that work?
I think it's kind of like it depends on how tangible you make AI. Are you giving AI like human rights almost?
That's what I'm saying.
Because like uh that's where my mind is going to. Depending on how real you want to make AI, because if you want to give it human rights, then okay, it deserves some consent, right? But if AI, if we're treating it just like it's I don't
A
even wanna use
human.
a human.
Yeah, it's
I don't
weird.
want to use
It's
that
weird.
weird. Yeah.
That's a deep
But
question, I know, but that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what's going on with that? Okay, so I got one wrap up question too to ask y'all. Just on some funny stuff.
Mhm.
It says, would you be mad if your partner flirted with a bot instead of a person? Like if you walked into your girl and she was having the freaky conversation with the AI, bro. How would y'all feel about that?
You know,
You'd be
I
like,
think
bro,
I think
what?
it would. I would be. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad or feel betrayed. I would be concerned. I'd be real concerned. I'm concerned. How you feeling, Q?
Man, who to reevaluate? You know, who to
Right. You be like, all right,
reevaluate?
we gotta have a
I
conversation.
got to think about life. Then we gonna have to, like I said, man, go ahead, grab that Bible, and
For real, because
do your thing with that.
yeah, because
Don't let it go to your head.
I'm gonna have to be. Yeah, I'm just concerned. How you feeling, man?
Man, same exact thing, bro. We would have to have a conversation, man. What's
Yeah,
going on?
what's going
What
on?
aren't you getting in the human world? Even that for me, like you are clearly lacking intimacy in your life.
Like, go for a walk.
Right?
Yeah, like-
maybe we should go for a walk. You know what I'm saying?
Read a
Clearly,
book.
I haven't been talking to you
Like,
enough.
just think about that, man. To be so in love or just be so affectionate from your AI to the point where you look forward to text it. You look forward to just sitting there and hit its responses. You look forward to its personality that you probably created for it. I mean,
Listen,
we're getting there.
OpenAI would not have created this thing if there wasn't already a demand. These are some of the smartest business people, smartest developers in the world right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So clearly they're doing their case studies. Clearly it made sense enough and they had enough research to where they like, hey, listen, we do this free GPT, boom. And then not even just on the free side, but just even on the
Yeah.
companionship side.
Yeah.
We do a companion GPT. It's gonna sell, man. It's gonna
It's
sell.
gonna
So
sell.
So, what do you think OpenAI is doing with all this new data?
man, they're doing everything. So, I mean, I don't know how many users they have actively right now. I mean, I guess we could Google it, but my assumption is that hundreds of millions of people are using ChatGPT.
Mhm.
They're probably using AI to source all of the information because they say it's an open source thing. So everything that we put into ChatGPT,
Mhm.
they're using that for data, just like how Facebook uses the things that we click on to sell ads and things like that. So yeah. Oh, go ahead. You got an answer for us?
Oh, yeah. We using
How many users?
700 million weekly active users.
Told you. That's what I mean. Hundreds of millions.
So
Trying to
Yeah,
tell
they're
you.
like the biggest company.
So with almost 1 billion users on it, and people are pouring their heart into it. They're putting their business plans in it. They're putting legal documents into it. They're putting everything.
Social security number.
Right, you know that. You know
Birth
people are.
certificate.
You know people
Yeah.
are. You get what I'm saying?
File my taxes.
Yeah, file my taxes. They putting tax returns in there. They putting. I have used it with my bank account statements. I mean, hey, ain't no money in there anyway.
Same
You know what I'm
way.
saying?
I'm taking my screen.
I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean?
My
I've
pay
done that.
stubs. I'm making sure my pay stubs are aligned.
I scratched it out. I ain't
Oh, you did,
lie.
but you put
Yeah.
that joint in there. Hey, help me with my budgeting. Help me with my. You know what I'm saying?
I be capping the ChatGPT. I be like, I be lying to ChatGPT. I'm like, man, this ain't the truth.
Yep. Well, this ain't the
This
truth.
ain't my real
but
bank account.
This ain't my real bank account. But if it was, what would you do?
You know, straight up. That's how you gotta talk to it.
Hypothetically.
You gotta talk to
Hypothetically,
ChatGPT.
if somebody with this bank account had negative $50 in here,
Because Sam Altman did say, I was watching an interview, all that stuff can legally be used against you in court.
Yep.
Anything you put in there.
He did
can
say
legally
that.
be
So
used against you in court.
let that be known too. Anything that you put into ChatGPT can legally be used against you. So do not incriminate yourself with ChatGPT. But so with that being said, go ahead. Because asked the question of just like, what do you think they're doing with all the data?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. My bad. Now I'm about to answer what I'm about to answer.
You can get that out. Get that out.
What was it? Okay, I was just watching Earn Your Leisure the other day. And
Yeah.
on Market Mondays, they were talking about, there was a kid who was at school and he had a conversation with a friend and he's typed in ChatGPT, how do I kill my friend? Like, so whether it was a joke or not, the police, so the school had like an AI monitoring system and showed up, just confiscated him, they just detained him, whatever the case may be, and basically getting at the fact that when I said, that stuff could be used against you, I'm sure they got that flag of like, oh, you entered the wrong thing.
Oh, I already know.
We're coming.
Well, because you can only talk to ChatGPT in a certain way because ChatGPT does have parameters. You get what I'm saying? It can't allow you to do anything bad. You can't ask it how to cook crack. You know what I'm saying? Or do something illegal. Sorry, you know what I mean?
Hey, yo.
But you know what I mean, though.
Bleep that out.
Oh, right. You got to bleep it out. You can bleep that out. My fault. Or rather, you can't ask it to help you do anything illegal already. So, with that being said, I mean, but I think that's a good question, though. What do you think they're doing with all this data?
I mean, I also think our police gonna get replaced too, and a new police will be OpenAI. A drone will be with a flashlight at
Just
your
like the movies.
window, at
Yeah.
your window. What they say? No, APF,
Yup.
whatever.
Blasting your joint. Yep. And
Bruh.
it's gonna have weapons on it and
And
everything.
the
Yup. AI robot.
the company right now that's making those products is Palantir, and the government is funding that
Cybersecurity,
company.
man.
Yeah,
That's
so
an investment right there.
they're funding that company, and cyber Palantir, they got cybersecurity, and then they got the drones for the war. They do stuff just like that. They're gonna send them drones out, and they gonna spy on you and get what they need to do, and also trying to people are upset with Palantir, don't really agree with them completely because of they don't want the world to get to that point where they got these drones flying around and they got all this they're able to just information on you as soon as they see you. I forgot what type of surveillance that is, or what type of whatever it was, but people are just afraid of that type of surveillance where the camera and the drones is just spying on you and got this information. You're just a walking target. Everybody's just a walking whatever it is.
I do think some of that we probably got that right now, but it's just a little dialed down version versus till it's able to be like public, because some agencies or whatever that
facial recognition.
We in
technology.
Seattle,
or
man.
even to see how many
Yeah.
people is in this building currently.
Yeah.
We play Call of Duty.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
That's real.
Yeah. And so there's definitely variations of that. So I think you're right.
Facts.
A lot of that stuff is already happening. I mean, at this point, they got satellites that can literally see us literally right now.
Yep,
So
yep.
The camera, the phone, all of the devices actually connect to basically us.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? And they track that as well. So there's a lot of it going on. I know we're getting deep into the weeds, y'all, with this conversation, but the reason why we're even videotaping conversations like this and documenting conversations like this is because watch this video and then wait a few years.
Yeah, we're talking about the right
it's
stuff.
revealing.
Yeah.
It's gonna reveal itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you had already talked a little bit. I want to kind of segue from the AI specifically and talk about let's talk about the markets a little bit. You know what I mean? Trump's tariffs, and let's talk a little bit about the $160 million crypto short that apparently just happened.
Okay.
We was watching Earn Your Leisure. Shout out Earn Your Leisure, and then I did some research as well to some of these crypto publications and blogs and everything like that. It does seem like there has been a crypto well, actually, I ain't the finance guy. Allegedly. Well, actually, I'm gonna let the finance guys talk about it, but I did do some research on it.
Yeah, no, and your research sounds correct. I mean, the markets had a pullback. Trump was talking about trade wars with China, right?
100% tariffs.
100% tariffs. He's having some type of disagreements with them, and that when he tweeted that out on his social media page, that ended up causing the market sentiment to go bearish, which is it fell, right? And it ended up being basically when that happens, all it is an opportunity for people to buy, right? And what Brandon was talking about was that Bitcoin. So when that happened, Bitcoin fell from 100 and I think it was at 120,000 or maybe 115,000. I forgot the exact price, but it fell from that price and it went all the way back down to 107,000. But as soon as it touched,
it dropped like 7% or something like that.
Yep.
Which is a huge move. In one day.
As soon as it touched 107,000, you can see the candle. It came right back up to 115, 116,000. And what that means is somebody put a very big influx of cash at that moment when it hit low, right? And that's a clear example of market manipulation. The higher ups, the people with all this big money, they will manipulate the markets so that they can get an opportunity to put their money at a better price, right? And this is what we have to be aware of.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. I'm sorry. My bad. But allegedly,
respect.
But allegedly, just for the sake of YouTube, yes, allegedly.
and I want to throw out talking about this big whale who did a short. So, it said that there was a mysterious trader that made $160 million who shorted the crypto market. He shorted Bitcoin right before Trump did that tweet.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ended up making, so he shorted it. And when you short something, basically you're betting against it. You're betting that it's going to fall.
For sure.
He shorted it and then he liquidated, he exited the trade.
Yeah.
And got $160 million profit off of a perfectly timed short. How does something like that happen without you knowing?
I mean, it seems like a
is it an inside job?
It's just off of speculation. if I was a private investigator or whatever, I would say it would seem like
Mm-hmm.
it's a little rigged. Is
Mm-hmm.
it possibly?
Hey,
Is it?
that's what it's lining up to look like that for sure. We ain't gonna put no specific name on it, but it's looking closest to something that looks like it's rigged. And I think it's a good example of the fact that the market is full of opportunity, right? This is why education and just getting the knowledge is important because they teach us to be afraid of it. They teach us to stay away from it. But these big players, these people that have the money, man, they're taking advantage. They understand that this is a money printing machine. And
Yeah.
we all got to be a part of it, man.
Did did so back in when he originally did the tariffs,
Mhm.
Yeah,
did anything like this happen before?
this is normal.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is normal.
Anytime a president makes any sort of comments about the
Yeah.
economy, it affects the stock market.
Especially
Yeah.
Trump.
Not even just Trump, but yeah, especially Trump.
And Trump,
Yeah.
Trump is he's known for doing stuff like this. His
Yeah.
last term, and even when we had that big when he got in office around like April was our biggest drop in the market in a long time, 20%. People were freaking out, thinking it was the biggest crash ever. But if you look at the candlesticks, if you look at that chart in April, all we did was hit that bottom of $480 on SPY, and we came right back up. Right back up. We're up like 40, 50%, or maybe like it's like 40% right now from those lows. So I'm saying that to say this is where opportunity gets created to buy when markets hit those lows, only for quality assets, right? Don't go and buy you non-quality stocks or quality companies. Those won't come back up. The quality companies will come back up.
Yeah, I think the story is that values fluctuate. I think the stories is that that values fluctuate, and I also want to throw this out here too. You know, you can make money both ways. Clearly,
Yep.
if you can anticipate correctly that some industry or some company, you're doing your research and it feels like that value is about to go down, you can short it and actually end up making money. I'm gonna talk about the movie called The Big Short.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies. It's a real estate
It's a
movie.
great movie.
And it's a movie about how a few people actually profited from the housing market bubble crash between 2007 and 2009. You
Yep.
get what I'm saying? And there were people who were crunching numbers. They were looking into these triple B and triple A rated bonds that were federally backed with thousands of mortgages. You get what I'm saying? Federally backed mortgages. You get what I'm saying? And they were looking at the paperwork and seeing, dude, ain't nobody paying their mortgage. Like a large percentage of these, federally backed securities that people are investing in have mortgages that are worth nothing because they're not paying the mortgage. Do you get what I'm saying? And because of that information, they were able to short the market and make a lot of money. You get what I'm saying? And then I let that be a lesson. So
would you say sell high and buy low?
I mean, essentially, that's how you make money. but also, right, they say that money and time in the market beats, these little moves. But if you're also invested in the market for a long period of time and you're savvy about making those moves.
Yeah, that's the best of both worlds. But like you said, man, you sell high, you buy low. When you buy low, you sell high. Right? That's the name of the game. And if you just hold it, you hold. And then you sell at your high. And yeah. Oh, what was you gonna say to you?
No, I was just gonna say longevity. That's it. Longevity in the market, man. You're not gonna get rich overnight. You're gonna get rich over a decade, couple decades.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
And we was talking about that earlier before we got on air. A lot of people have the misconception that they want to get that money quick. Brandon, was it Brandon or it was Q? You was just telling me how you had an interaction with a dude who works with a lot of people who are wealthy, right?
Yep. Financial
advisors, right? And he sees a lot of different people who are wealthy. He sees a lot of numbers that you guys probably couldn't even fathom, right? And the habits that those people have is just, man, they invest in the quality assets and hold them for the long term, right? They're thinking decades out. They're not thinking for the next 2 months, right? And once you get out of that survival mode, you start to think decades out instead of thinking for the next week or the next 2 months, right? So
yeah, 100%. I mean, I agree. So, we talked about some important things, y'all. I was about to say, seems like the wonderful owners of this absolutely beautiful structure that we're standing on top of are asking us to leave. So, some empowering and powerful conversation has happened today. This is the Blueprint Table podcast. if you are interested in any of this content that we're putting out in any of these conversations, leave a comment, man. Leave a comment on your
Mhm.
perspective. What do you think
Mhm.
about AI? What do you think about these tariffs? What are you thinking about the future of the economy? What do you think about the future of our world with the AI and VR that's getting so lifelike and that people are able to use for good and evil? You know, we want to hear what y'all think,
Yeah.
and we appreciate the support for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any closing comments for any of y'all?
Yeah. Yeah, let us, as well as let us know is what you guys want us to talk about, right? Anything that you guys want us to talk about, we'll bring those topics up and we'll tackle them. What do you got, Q?
Yeah, out here, even for the social media and everything, it's starting to get a little dangerous out there. So I would say, uh, everybody has two choices. You either the producer or you the user. So you got the choice to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Respect.
Mm-hmm.